Hi, I'm Callie Harris. I'm going to be in this class for these next few weeks. I'm in my 16th year of teaching school. I teach math improvement at Mays Elementary School, and it's my 6th year in this job. Our school houses two separate special education programs, one for structured learning with students who have autism, and then another program is just regular special education support. We do have 5 special education teachers and their paras in our building. Our building houses about 600 students. I have 3 kids and a husband, and we just are super busy. I work with small groups in my room and paras all day. The ratio in my classroom is about 1 adult for every 4 kids. And then I put a picture on there of when I got to meet Dr. John Hattie last October. It was one of the highlights of my educational career. I had to do a critical reflection about how do we facilitate learning for students with special needs? Do we have appropriate content-based material, and do we understand how to teach the content to students who are needing extra support? We do have a lot of good research-based content materials. We have a purchased reading curriculum called Reading Street, and it does have an intervention curriculum called My Sidewalks. Another intervention curriculum we have for reading is one that comes from the 98% group. And we do use the computerized program Lexia to help us with our students. We've adopted this year, over the last couple years, Eureka Math. It does not necessarily have an intervention curriculum, but math is somewhat different on this because the standards are all building blocks. So if they don't have the grade level standard, you just move down below. We have Dreambox, which is a computerized program that levels children on how they perform on certain standards. It will accelerate or remediate. And then we also have Reflex Math that will help with fluency for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division for our students. Do we understand how to teach content and learning with research-based best practice? We are working on that. That's one of our KISA goals for this year. So we've been really looking into John Hattie's research of what are the best practices that we need to be facilitating for our students. The thing that we have looked at the most is this assessment capable learner. If we can create an assessment capable learner, we know we can get 1 to 2 to 3 years worth of growth out of these students. And within an assessment capable learner, there are lots of things that fall back on the teacher. Teacher clarity being number 1, effective feedback, providing students strategies and tools about how to use the strategies, and making sure they have self-efficacy. Do they believe they have the ability to achieve their goals? So, how does this work in my classroom? I'm an intervention classroom, so I am very cognizant of only using research-based best practice and curriculum in my classroom. We don't have an intervention math curriculum, and that is by my choice. I do have a middle level math endorsement and a lot of content specific training in math. So I make the decisions based on the continuum for learning. We do direct instruction with gradual release of responsibility. I model it, have the students work with me, and then watch them do it on their own. We use the John Hattie learning intentions. What's the learning intention? Why is this important? And how am I going to know when I'm successful? And then every activity that we do in our classroom is based on the research of John Vandewalle. He has this very amazing book, Teaching Student-Centered Mathematics, and it just takes you in order of need. The continuum for mathematics is concrete, representational, abstract, and everything we do in my room is based on that. If I were the administrator in my building, what would I do to improve practice? I do think we need school-wide training about research-based best practice. Some of us have delved into that, and many of us are still learning. I think we also need to talk about cooperative learning and how to get students out of their seats and talking to each other more. And we also really need to focus in on differentiation of process, product, and presentation of materials. And I would make it mandatory to use posted and communicated learning intentions and only research-based strategies. We've got to get away from the Pinterest cute worksheets. Even if it's cute, it's still just a worksheet. I hope that gives you a little information about me, and looking forward to getting to know you all.